Is the Russell Brand situation waking you up yet? This is what amounts to a communist social credit score where you can have life ruination. You can't work. You can't make money if you are deemed to be the enemy of the media and of the state. And that's exactly what's happening here. Now, of course, he's been hit with allegations. We know what they are. And of course, we've got new ones. And it goes from Katy Perry saying he was a bad husband. Well, no crap. And then, of course, this new one I saw this morning is the most ridiculous of them yet. But what shocks me is YouTube demonetizing Russell Brand over allegations. There's been no trial. He has not been indicted for anything. And yet, for some reason, YouTube feels like they can just take them off the platform, ruin his business, make it so he can't make any money, all because of some allegations. Now, that is the scary thing in our society. You are guilty until proven innocent, and the corporations will take away anything from you. And you know this wouldn't happen to a liberal in this situation. I mean, Russell Brand used to be on their team, and now he's gone out and spoken against the vaccine. He's spoken against the election in 2020 and the fraud that happened there. And because of that, that's why these corporations target him at the end of the day. It is a double standard, and it is really sad. And it does amount to a corporatocracy social credit score where we're all going to be slaves to these evil, evil places like Google. And that is exactly what they're trying to perpetuate. Now, here's the new allegation. This is a pretty funny one. I fled Brand. Brand stalked me down the street demanding sex after I met him in a bar. Okay, so this is drunk and or on drugs people, and they're out somewhere. And if you actually read what she says, he said something to her along the lines of like, "Let's F in the street right here," or something like that. Absolutely gross and degenerate behavior, and of course we condemn that kind of behavior here. But she's a floozy in a bar, drinking and on drugs too. And of course, it doesn't seem like he committed any kind of crime here. It seems like he was a drunkard trying to score at a bar, which is like pretty much everybody out at a bar or a nightclub anyway. So that's what you expect. Now, she might not have wanted it with him, but she wanted it with somebody else, and she's guilty of the exact same moral crime he is at that juncture, isn't she? Of course, we're not supposed to pay attention to that. The women are just victims. They don't have any agency in anything. It's all Russell Brand being scary. Oh my gosh. That's what we're supposed to believe here. Now, if you look at it, you probably think she's embellishing something 15, 20 years later, and she is. Obviously, she's making it sound worse than it probably was. It sounds like a guy poorly flirting, and there's nothing wrong with that, and there's no crime of that, especially when you're in an environment where people are intoxicated and try to flirt anyway. So very weird. And she doesn't say that he followed her to her house and broke into her apartment. Nothing that's a crime. She just said, "Oh, he wanted to have sex with anyone." Okay. That's what people do at bars. Don't go to bars, you whore. That's all I got to say about that. It's ridiculous. And of course, I don't condone any of that behavior, but there's not a crime being committed there, obviously. And yet this is front page news at the Sun. And it's enough for YouTube to demonetize Russell Brand. This is crazy right here. Again, there's just anonymous people. There's random women just saying things that he's a bad person. And YouTube demonetizes somebody over that. Where's due process? He says he didn't do anything. He said there was no unconsensual acts happening. He said he was a promiscuous person, but I mean, all these women are promiscuous people too. And YouTube's got tons of streamers. There's a channel by Amaranth. I mean, gosh, she's a promiscuous person. Why doesn't she get demonetized, right? I mean, she's disgusting on the internet for sure. But it is a double standard. It is because it's an attack on a man, and you know it is because it's mostly an attack on politics at the end of the day. Nobody who's a liberal would ever get demonetized in this sort of situation. They'd be rallied behind. People would say that, oh gosh, these are just things being said, and there's no evidence towards them. But you wouldn't hear that in this instance, and it's all because of what he's saying. It's all because of the political situation. They're inventing reasons to get rid of him. They're not getting rid of him under any standards that are applicable under the law or applicable to everybody as a whole. It's really scary to watch this because you seem like it's a matter of time that just somebody like me just gets destroyed on here for no reason. I mean, I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting at home here talking on the internet about celebrities and how disgusting the culture is and about comic books for the most part. But yes, as soon as I become a threat, you know that's what's going to happen here too. So make sure to follow me on other platforms. I've got my website down below where I've got a newsletter weekly. And I've also got my Subscribe Star. So if you want to support the channel, I really appreciate you guys getting on there. And we're telling our fiction stories there. I'm writing comics and science fiction and more. I really want to provide whatever you guys want on those platforms. Just let me know. Sign up. And of course, I cater to the people who watch me because I really appreciate you guys for being there. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you soon.